Hey everybody, it's Marty from owingsart.com. That's OWINGSART.com. Check us out. Hey, quick, I got a question on YouTube. I get lots of questions on YouTube, so if you have a question, go ahead and post it. I always try to answer them in a timely manner and to the best of my ability. I even have been known to demonstrate or respond in video, and that's just what I'm going to do today. I got a question from a YouTube user named SuperFlawless9. So thanks for sending me the questions, SuperFlawless. And what SuperFlawless9 asked me was, hey, tell me a little bit about graphite pencils that you use. Can you make a recommendation for a good graphite pencil, maybe for artwork or for school pencils and writing and so forth? And so, yes, I can, and that's just what I'm going to do right now. And I'm just going to speak from my experience and what I've done and seen other artists do as well. And here's the number one thing I can tell anybody out there looking to use a graphite pencil, or they want to get fancy or whatever, and draw great pictures. If you can draw with this device, this is a standard school use number 2 HB pencil, the one they tell you when you're taking the test, use a number 2 pencil and fill in the bubbles all the way. This is that pencil right here. Doesn't matter who makes them really. They're all over the place. They're ubiquitous. You'll find them in school, stores, everywhere. You can buy them in 100 packs if you want. Anyway, they come with a little eraser on the end. They're usually yellow. They're usually these octagonal shaped. They have a lead graphite core. They call them leads, but they're not really made of lead anymore. They're graphite, and usually a cedar or other kind of inexpensive wood casing. If you can draw well with this, you can draw pretty well with any pencil that's out there. Now that said, anything that I tell you now is just kind of based on my experience. Again, these are pencils I use. By the way, SuperFlawless9, this is a good pencil for school, just everyday use. If you want to look cool, you can use some of the other kinds of pencils, but basically this is the pencil that everybody uses, and great artists always started somewhere, usually with one of these. If there's any doubt about what you can do with the number 2 school brand pencil, check out an artist friend of mine, and I'll post a little link here. And his name is Shawn McCarthy, and check his art out. He does his art with like a number 2 school pencil, basically. So it's pretty sweet, and I think you'll see what you can do with this weapon of mass creation right here. That said, I've got a bunch of pencils I want to talk about today, right here, and I'll show you some of those here, and the ones I use, and how I use them. Alright, I had them all laid out nice and neat, and then I just picked them up here. But I start every drawing with a Faber-Castell 9400 lead holder. World famous. It's a perfect weight. By the way, I have a green band around here because this is an HB, or a harder. It's going to make lighter lines. And this is a little bit darker line. I believe this is a 4B lead in here. Here's what a lead holder does. You press the end of it right here. It drops the lead out, and you can replace the lead. Boom. Right? Just like that. The lead will come out. You put it back in, etc. Oh, how do I sharpen that? That's very easy. It comes in, there's a little sharpener. It's about half the size of a little Dixie cup. It's round like that. You extend the lead out a little bit. You drop it into that sharpener, you spin it around, and I have another video which shows that sharpener in use, and that's how you sharpen the lead in a lead holder. There's a bunch of companies that make lead holders, including Alvin, and there's an Italian company here, it's Alvin right here, and then there's this Koh-I-Noor. This one happens to be made in Italy as well, and I have a bunch of them. I have 4 or 5 of them, and what I do is they get increasingly harder to softer. So an HB is a hard pencil, not the hardest, but it's hard, and then you've got the 2 or 4B, 6, and an 8, and we'll talk more about those in a minute. Those are lead holders. So I start every drawing with, right here, my HB lead holder, Faber-Castell. Now, you can buy just a straight regular pencil. This is a Faber-Castell pencil, the 90, I believe this is the 9000 series. And what these are is just a standard lead core or graphite pencil with a cedar casing, and this one happens to be a 6 and an 8B. So they're going to be softer. They're going to kind of give you darker lines, and I'll show you that in a minute. The next pencils I want to show you are again Faber-Castell, but the big difference with these particular pencils, and it's hard to hold them all at once here, is that these are called graphite washes. And I'll show you some effects of that in a minute. But here's an HB, a 2B, a 4B. These are coming in increasing hardness, or decreasing hardness, increasing softness. There's a 6B and an HB, or 8B. And again, you're going to get softer lines, and they're going to be kind of darker. You'll notice that. The other magical thing about these graphite wash pencils is that you can use them with a paintbrush and some water to get some neat effects. And I'll show you a drawing I did, and that'll demonstrate that. Here's a Pitt oil pencil, Faber-Castell Pitt oil-based pencil. If you want really dark lines, this is a really nice pencil to use. This one is a medium black. They have a dark black, and etc. Here's a couple of colored pencils I use as well. This one happens to be a walnut. This one's called Blue Jeans. This one's made by Caran d'Ache, a Swiss company. This again is an Albert Dürer or Faber-Castell watercolor pencil. I'll show you that in a minute. Alright, the next thing I'm going to show you is a couple of little erasers I use. I know this is a pencil review, but I just wanted to show you. These look like pencils or a marker, but they're not. They hold little erasers in here. If you press the end, again, just like the lead holder, the little erasers come out, and you replace them just like that. Same with this bigger one. So if you need to get into tight corners and erase really sharp, you want to leave a sharp edge, this is the ticket right there. This is just a pencil extender. That's all that is. So when you get your pencil down to a nub and you want to get some extra life out of that pencil, you stick it in the end of this thing here, clamp that down, and then you can get some extra life out of your pencil. Even though it's a nub, you can't hold it like that, but now you can because you have that pencil extender. Something I use because pencils are expensive if you use the expensive kind, and it's good to have one of them. Alright, let's look at, this is kind of a demonstration of each of those pencils I just showed you, including the lead holder and some of those watercolor pencils, which I'm going to demonstrate again here in a second. But just a standard number 2 school pencil right there. Yep, and then Faber-Castell Graphite 6B, 8B. Now here's the lead holders. That's an HB. You can see how light it is. I start every drawing with that, and then there's increasing hardness or softness here. And then here's those wash pencils I showed you, graphite wash. That's all you have to remember, graphite wash, Faber-Castell. And a couple of colored pencils, and again, more graphite wash. Alright, let me show you how that works. I got a little bit of water in there, in this bottle cap. I'm going to dip the brush. Let me back this up a little bit. Okay. Hope you can see that. I'm going to dip the brush. I don't know if this is yeah, that's a graphite wash. You can see as soon as water hits it, it turns into paint. Same on this end. Yeah, it's pretty cool. If you use this on a standard number 2 pencil, nothing's going to happen. Okay. Alright, let me show you a couple drawings I did that way with this, and hopefully that'll give you a tip. So some of these I used like ink as well, but here's an example of a graphite wash right along the side of the building where it's in shadow. I used a graphite wash for that. So you can kind of see it. It's darker over here. Yep, and I think I used one like a 4B right there. Albert Dürer, or I'm sorry, Faber-Castell Graphite Aquarelle or a graphite wash pencil, just to get the shadow effect. They're great for that. Okay, so thanks again to Super Flawless number 9 for sending in the question. And so Super Flawless, this is a great pencil for everyday school use. It's a standard number 2 HB pencil. Get good with that. You can use any pencil. But if you want to have an instrument of mass creation in your hand when you go to school and draw with it, this classic 9600 or 9400 Faber-Castell is a great pencil, the lead holder here. You just don't have an eraser on the end, which isn't handy when you need it, right? All right, well, thanks a lot for the question. Have a great day. Hope you get some time to draw. And please don't forget to subscribe, leave a little note. A little thumbs up is always nice. And just have a great Memorial Day weekend. All right, for owingsart.com, this is Marty. So long till next time.